In this video, I'm going to show you a basic site setup to sell physical products in MemberMouse. The best place to start configuring your site settings is by creating products. So in the MemberMouse menu, I'm going to click on Product Settings and then Create Product. In MemberMouse, products represent a billable unit. It defines what customers will pay you and when. So for this example, what I'm going to do is create a product called My First Book. And I'm going to set the price to a one-time payment of $10. In addition to price, you can see that there are a lot of other options that we have in terms of configuring the product itself. We have the status, which can be active or inactive. If it's inactive, this means that people cannot purchase this product. We have a place where you can enter a SKU if that's something that's important for the product that you're selling. And then there's an associated access section, which allows you to indicate if after purchasing this product, the customer should get access to some membership level or bundle. Given that this video is an example of creating physical products, associated access is not something we're going to go into in this video. Next, we have the trial option. This allows you to indicate if you want there to be a trial for the product, and this could be a free trial or a paid trial. And then you have subscription options, which allows you to indicate if there's a rebill component to the product. And then there's an option where you can check off if this requires shipping or not. Now, given this is an example of a physical product, it's possible that in your circumstance, you may want to ship something in response to the customer purchasing this product. So I'll go ahead and leave this checked so I can show you how you can set up different shipping methods and how this will come into play when we look at the checkout page. Next, we have a description field. This allows you to enter in a description of the product, and this is something that will show up on the checkout page. So typically what you can do here is describe the product in a little bit more detail, providing details that may be useful to the customer when they're checking out. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this product. Now at this point, I want to go into the concept of the default membership level. So if we jump over to the Membership Levels tab, we can see that one of these membership levels has an orange flag to the left-hand side of it. This indicates that this is the default membership level in MemberMouse. And in MemberMouse, every single member needs a membership level. This is the thing that allows them to access the site and is associated with their login credentials. So when customers are purchasing something like a physical product where it has no associated access and no indication of what membership level should be associated with it, in this case, MemberMouse will fall back and use the membership level that's marked as the default when creating this member's account. In most situations, there's nothing needed to be done in relation to the default free membership level. It's just useful to know that this is how MemberMouse functions. So if, for example, you wanted to make a more custom experience for those customers of yours that are purchasing physical products, you could create a free membership level that was specifically dedicated to those people who enter into your site through the purchase of a physical product. And in having that specific membership level, now you have the opportunity to create a specific experience for those customers. So for now, I'm just going to leave the default membership level as is with the one that MemberMouse sets up when MemberMouse is installed. And now the next thing we should do is go set up our shipping methods. So I'll go to Checkout Settings, Shipping Methods. Now MemberMouse allows you to set up multiple flat rate shipping options. So I'll go ahead and create a couple so you can see how this works. We click Create Shipping Method and give it a name of Ground and a price of $3.95 and save that. And I'll click Shipping Method again and I'll name this one Small Flat Rate Box and I'll give it a rate of $7.20 and save that. And you can continue to add as many flat rate shipping options that are needed for your particular business. And when we get to the checkout page, you'll see how this all comes into play in terms of the customer's checkout experience. The next thing we're going to do is to configure our payment settings so that you can start accepting payments on your site. To do this, I'll go to Payment Settings, Payment Methods, and you'll see here that we have a few options. First, there's a MemberMouse test payment service, which allows you to make test purchases and run through different processes on your website without having to integrate with any third-party payment method. This is helpful to do early on if you're not ready to integrate with a particular payment method, or after you've launched when you want to test aspects of your site without using real money. Following that, in terms of third-party payment methods, we have two options, on-site payment method and off-site payment method. If you're using an on-site payment method, the customer will enter in their credit card details right on the checkout page and submit the order without leaving your site. Now keep in mind, when you use this method, you will have to secure your site using an SSL certificate. Off-site payment methods will take the customer to a third-party site, such as PayPal, when completing their purchase. As soon as they've completed their purchase on the third-party site, the third-party site will redirect them back to your membership site and display a confirmation page where you have the opportunity to give them further instructions for getting access to their content. For this particular example, I'm going to go ahead and configure Stripe. So I click on Stripe. I'm going to enable test mode so that we can do this without using real money. And then I've already entered my test secret key here, which you can locate in the Stripe admin area. Okay, so now that we've configured Stripe, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and click Save Payment Methods. Now would be a good opportunity to mention some of the support resources that we have available. Now, when configuring payment methods specifically for each payment method, at the top of the configuration area, we have a link to a support article that provides step-by-step instructions for how to configure that payment method. In addition to that, on every screen that you see in the MemberMouse plugin, there's a Need Help button in the upper right-hand corner. And when you hover over this button, you'll see links for related videos and articles and contact support. And when you click related videos and articles, this will take you to the support center and display relevant articles to the page that you're currently on. So for example, on payment methods, if I go ahead and click related videos and articles, it shows me all articles related to the payment methods screen, such as payment methods overview, the difference between on-site and off-site payment methods, etc. I just want you to be aware that as you're going through and configuring things in MemberMouse, help is always a step away through this Need Help button in the upper right-hand corner. And of course, if you still can't find what you're looking through from the support articles, our support team is available and happy to assist with any questions that you have. Now that we've created a product, set up our shipping options, and integrated with our payment method, we're ready to start accepting payments from customers. So in order to do this, we should go ahead and set up a sales page. So I'll go to Pages, Add New, and then I'll call this My First Book Sales Page. And then of course, within the content of the sales page, you're gonna have all your copy and everything else you need to help the customer understand the value of the product. But then at some point, you'll need to insert a link that people can click on to make a purchase. So I'm gonna show you two methods for doing that. The first method is to use the Smart Tag library, which you can access above the WordPress content editor by clicking this icon. And from here, I'll go to the Orders group and click Purchase Link. And then I'll click Insert Smart Tag. Now one note here, when you're working with smart tags, it's a good idea to work in the text version of the WordPress content editor so you can edit the code directly. So here you can see we have our Purchase Link Smart Tag, and then it has a product ID attribute with empty quotes. You'll want to click your cursor inside the quotes next to product ID. Go ahead to the ID lookup tool, which is this icon. Make sure you have product selected in the lookup dropdown, and then scroll down to find the product, My First Book, and click the green plus icon next to that. And this will insert the ID of that product into the smart tag. So now we have a fully functional smart tag for that product. And when a customer clicks on this, they'll be taken to the checkout page so that they can purchase the My First Book product. Now before moving on to show you how this actually works, I'm going to go ahead and show you another method for finding the purchase link. And we're going to come back to this sales page and insert the purchase link here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my MemberMouse menu here, and I'm going to right-click Product Settings and open that in a new tab. And on the Products tab, I can see the product, My First Book, and then in the Purchase Link column, I'm going to click on this button. And here we see our Purchase Link Smart Tag, which we can easily now copy, go back to our page, and then paste it in. And of course you can see both of them are exactly the same, but the purpose was to show you that there's two different ways for you to generate these purchase link smart tags for your products. Now let's go ahead and view our page. So since we have no content on this page other than the link, there's nothing much to see here. But we do have the Buy Now link here, and I'll go ahead and click this, and it takes us to the checkout page, indicating that we're purchasing the My First Book product. Here you can see our sample description for My First Book. You can see the product price and the shipping price. And if we scroll down to the shipping section and look at the shipping method dropdown, we see that the options indicated here are the flat rate shipping methods that we set up earlier. So we have the option for ground at $3.95 and small flat rate box at a rate of $7.20. So if I select this and scroll back up to the top, we can see that now the shipping price has changed to $7.20 and the total price has been changed to accurately reflect that now the total is $17.20. Now, before I go ahead and make a test purchase, I want to talk about one more thing on this sales page. Often what we're going to want to do is have a styled button when we're purchasing products. And MemberMouse provides some styles out of the box that you can use to design your button in a way that you like. So let's go over the support center. And I'm going to type in button styles into the search field, and the first article that shows up is using MemberMouse button styles, so I'll click on that. So this article shows you exactly how to use the built-in MemberMouse styles to style your button. It shows you have different options for the size of the button, whether the corners are rounded, and you have all these options for different colors. So let's say in this case that we want to create a large, rounded, green button. So we can see here we need to add a class attribute to the purchase link anchor tag. And for a large button, it's going to be MMButton large. And then for rounded, we need to add the text rounded. And for green, we'll add green. So I'm just going to copy one of these as a starting point. And then paste it here into our anchor tag. And I'll do large, rounded, green, and I'll update that. I'll go back to our sales page and refresh. And now you can see we have a large rounded green button. So now you know how to create styled buttons for your sales pages using the MemberMouse button styles. So now let's go ahead and make a test order. Click the Buy Now button. Now when you're making a test purchase, you want to make sure you're not logged in as the administrator. In order to do this, you could log out as the administrator, you could open up a new browser, or you could go into incognito mode or something like that if your browser supports it. So now I'll go ahead and submit this order. And this takes us to our confirmation page, which confirms that the purchase was successful. And you can see here that includes details about our order, such as the order ID, subtotal, shipping amount, billing address, etc. And keep in mind this page is completely customizable. You can determine which fields you want to show or not show. And also another great opportunity that's available to you on confirmation pages is the ability to offer upsells to your customers that are related to the product they just purchased. MemberMouse gives you the flexibility to display a specific confirmation page based on the product that was just purchased. And as a result of this, you can be extremely targeted about what offers you show them on this page that may be relevant to their recent purchase. And if you're using a payment method that has card on file functionality such as Stripe or Braintree, MemberMouse provides you with a really powerful opportunity to allow customers to accept this offer with a single click and not having to go through the checkout process again. Okay, so in this video, we created a physical product. We talked about the concept of a default membership level. We set up shipping methods. We integrated with a payment method. We created a sales page and went through the checkout process and talked about the powerful opportunities you have on the confirmation page to offer upsells based on the product that was just purchased. So I hope after watching this video, you're ready to get started setting your site up to sell your physical products. Now, if you also want to include protected content on your site, you'll need to create a membership level or bundle. And you can review the Sell a Membership Level or Sell a Bundle videos, also found in this section of our best practices, collecting members and money. You can also search articles in the Support Center for info on every feature, FAQs, and tips and tricks. And if you get stuck, please feel free to reach out to our customer success team.